Good morning, students. Siren. Let us continue with our Maths 1 online teaching session. As you know, we have finished with the chapter probability, but I thought before we start with the next chapter, let us solve few important problem set sums of the same chapter probability. Okay? So today we will solve few important problem set sums. Let us continue. I have taken the 8 sum. Few sums before this we have already done in the previous sessions. So starting with the 8th sum, let me read it for you. A box contains 30 tickets bearing numbers from 1 to 30 on each. If one ticket is drawn at random, find the probability of an event that the ticket drawn bears an odd number and a complete square number. Now this is an extremely easy sum. Let us do it as revision. We have already covered all the sums based on this type. So to start with, we will start with there are 30 tickets. So our n of s, our sample space will have 30 elements. Okay. So the first step, the box contains 30 tickets. Therefore n of s is equal to 30. Let us read the question further. What is the event that is given to us? The first event is an odd number, right? So let A be an event that the ticket drawn is an odd number. So I hope you know what is an odd number. The numbers which are not divisible by 2. So you have to collect all the numbers, in fact odd numbers from 1 to 30 and write it in set A. So which are those odd numbers? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, 25, 27 and 29. So these are those odd numbers between 1 to 30. How many in all? They are 15. So n of a will be equal to 15. I need to find out the probability also. I have been telling you repeatedly, whenever probability is asked, you need to write the formula compulsory because formula carries marks and have the habit of putting it in a box. So the formula is P of a is equal to n of a upon n of s. What is the value of n of a? 15. What is the value of n of s? 30. So substituting the values we get 15 upon 30. It can be further reduced. You have to reduce it to 1 upon 2. 15 ones and 50 twos. So our first answer is over here, that the probability that the ticket drawn bears an odd number is 1 upon 2. Let us move to the next sum. The next event in fact is that the ticket drawn bears a complete square number. So I hope you know what are complete squares. It starts with 1. Most of you will forget this 1. Do not forget 1 because 1 into 1 is also 1. So it's a complete square number. It starts with complete square number starts with 1. Then 4, as 4 is a square of 2. Then 9, 16 and 25. You don't have to go further because the tickets are numbered only till 30. The next complete square number after 25 is 36. So as the numbers are till 30, we will stop till 25. How many in all? There are 5. Which are they? 1, 4, 9, 16 and 25. So n of b will be equal to 5. I need to find the probability. So again the formula is to be written. P of b is equal to n of b upon n of s. As n of b is 5 and n of s is 30, we will get the ratio as 5 upon 30, which can be further reduced to 1 upon 6. Hence the probability is 1 upon 6. This was an extremely easy sum. Related to this we have already done. So let us move to the next sum now. I hope you have understood this. The next sum, as you can see, is a sum which is based on geometrical concepts. Now let me read the question for you. The length and breadth of a rectangle are 77 meters and 50 meters. There is a circular lake in the garden having a diameter of 14 meters. Due to wind, a towel from a terrace on a nearby building fell into the garden. Then find the probability of the event that it fell in the lake. Now, this type of sums can be changed in n number of ways. Instead of giving you a rectangular garden, I can give you a circular garden. Instead of giving you a circular lake, I can make it as a square or any other geometrical shape. The basic concept is you have to find the area of these geometrical figures. Now why area? As you know, sample space means collecting all the possibilities together. So my sample space in this will be, of course, the area of this rectangular garden. Area, it will cover all this portion, and this is nothing but area, correct? So our first step is, let S be the sample space, the area of the rectangular garden. I hope you know this formula. It is length into breadth. And what is length here? 77. And what is breadth? 50. So we need to write 50 into 77, and when I multiply it, I get 3850. And since it is area, the unit should be meter square. So our first step is to find the sample space, and sample space will be the area of this rectangular garden. So n of s will be equal to 3850. When you write n of s, no need to write its unit. Okay. Next, the question asked, let us go back to the event that is given to us. What is the question asked? Find the probability that it fell into the lake. Now where is the lake? Here. Which shape it is? Circular. I hope you know the area of a circle is pi r square. So if I find the area of this circle, I'll get my n of a, right? So area of the circular lake is equal to pi r square. Pi you can take 22 upon 7. It's not specified, but it is understood that if radius is a multiple of 7, we need to take it as 7, right? Now what about the radius in this? Now let us go back to the sum. The diameter of the circular lake is given as 14. Obviously the radius will be half of it, that is 14 upon 2. It is equal to 7 meters. Now let us substitute it here. Pi r square. So it is 22 upon 7 into 7 into 7. This 7 and 7 can be cancelled. So what is left is 22 into 7. That is nothing but 154 meters square. So I have got my sample space. I have got my event A. What is left now to find probability? Probability is nothing but P of A upon P of A is equal to N of A upon N of S, right? So next step is, let A be the event that the towel fell into the lake. We need to define an event A in this. So N of A, as I have found out the area of that circular lake, N of A will be equal to 154, right? So P of A is N of A upon N of S. So 154 upon 3850. It can be cancelled. You have to see, if you cannot cancel it directly, you can start cancelling with 2. I have cancelled it directly. 154 ones are and 25s are. So you can cancel it and reduce it to the lowest form. The lowest form is 1 upon 25, right? So the final answer will be, the probability of the towel fell in the lake is 1 upon 24. I hope you have understood this. Let any geometrical figure be asked. The first thing is to find the area of the geometrical figure. That will be the entire area. That will be the value of n of s. Then as per the given question, you have to find n of a, and probability will be to divide it. Okay. With this we come to end of this. Let us move to the next sum. The next question is, there are 6 cards in the box, each bearing a number from 0 to 5, right? Find the probability of each of the following events. Now let us start with the sum, that there are 6 cards bearing a number from 0 to 5. So what should be our sample space? The numbers on the card are from 0 to 5. So sample space will have all the elements from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So n of s will be nothing but 6, correct? The first event is this, that it's a card drawn bears a natural number. So I need to define my set. Let A be an event that the card drawn shows a natural number. So I need to collect all the natural numbers from this. Natural number starts from 1. So I need to write only these numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I don't have to include 0. So how many elements in this? N of A is equal to 5. Again probability will be P of A is equal to N of A upon N of S, which is nothing but 5 upon 6. These are extremely easy sums. This way we can finish the first one. Probability that the card drawn is a natural number is nothing but 5 upon 6. Okay. Let us move to the next event. The event B is a number less than 1. We had numbers from 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5 in a sample space. And I want a number which is less than 1. So there is only one number, that is 0 in our sample space, which is less than 1. So our event B will be event B will have only one element, that is 0, and n of B will be equal to 1. Okay, then we need to find the probability also. P of B will be what? N of B upon n of S, and as there is only one element, it will be 1 upon 6. As sample space was having 6 elements, it will be 1 upon 6. Okay, next question is a whole number. So I need to define it first. Let C be an event that the card drawn shows a whole number, and as you know, whole number starts from 0. So all the elements which are there in the sample space will be there in this event C. Yes, so it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now what type of events, what type of set is this? When all the elements of the sample space are there in any particular set, then that event is called as a sure event or a certain event. Now in such cases only the probability is 1. Now so many sums of probability we have done till now, and all those sums were having answers in fraction, which was always less than 1. As you know, probability answers can be 1 or less than 1. So this is only that particular sum in the problem set where it's a sure event and the probability is 1. Okay, so P of C will be n of C upon n of S. So that is nothing but 6 upon 6, which can be reduced to 1. Last event given in the sum is a number greater than 5. Now our sample space was having elements only till 5. So it is not possible to get a number more than 5 in this. So let D be the event that a card drawn shows a number greater than 5. As it is not possible, the set D will be an empty set. And if it is empty set, number of elements in this set will be 0. P of D will be nothing but n of D upon n of S, that is 0 upon 6. Any number divided by 0 is 0. So our final answer will be 0 itself. So in this way, all the sums based on such type of questions can be done. I hope you have understood it. Let us move to the next question. The next question is, out of 200 students from a school, 135 students like Kabaddi. The remaining students do not like the game. If one student is selected at random from all the students, find the probability that the student selected doesn't like Kabaddi. Now this type of sums we have done last year in sets. Yes, how that can be related to probability, let us see here. This is a reason why I have selected few important sums from the problem set. Now let's see how to start. We need the sample space first. And what about this, the first statement? Out of 200 students from a school. Sample space means collecting all the possibilities together. Yes, so our sample space will have all these 200 students. So n of S will be nothing but 200. That is the first step to understand. Now next step is what? 135 students like Kabaddi and the remaining do not like the game. Right? So out of 200, if 135 students like Kabaddi, we can find out how many students do not like Kabaddi. Why we need that? Because that is the event that is given here. We want the probability of students, those who do not like Kabaddi. So we should have the number of students, those who do not like it. So in order to get the number, what is to be done? 135 students like Kabaddi. So therefore, out of the total 200, if I subtract 135, I'll get this number, which is nothing but students who do not like Kabaddi. So 200 minus 135 is equal to 65. So there are 65 students who do not like Kabaddi, and this is nothing but our event that is given to us. So now we will define the event. Let A be the event that the student selected doesn't like Kabaddi. So n of A will be how many? 65. We need to find the probability also. So P of A will be equal to n of A upon n of S. So that is nothing but 65 upon 200 can be reduced further to 13 upon 40. Okay, so this is the way you have to find out. Suppose I change the question in the exam and ask you, find a probability that the student selected likes Kabaddi. So it becomes easy for you. You just have to take this ratio 135 upon 200. No need to subtract anything. You can reduce it and get the final answer. Okay, so in this way, depending upon the question asked, we will solve the sums. I hope you have understood this sum. Let us move to the next sum. This is a last sum of the problem set, and after this I think one activity question was given, so that I'm not going to solve. This is our last sum. Now question number 16. The faces of a die bears number from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If a die is rolled twice, find the probability that the product of the digits on the upper face is 0. Now I have taken this sum because see, 2 dice thrown, we know the sample space how to write 1 1 1 2 1 3, like that 36 elements. But in this it is die, but the numbers are not from 1 2 3 4 5 6. The numbers, as you can see, are from 0 1 2 3 4 5. So there is a difference in forming the sample space. See how it can be done. What is to be done? First consider 0. Yes, 0 on all the faces of the first die and the remaining numbers on the second die. So 0 0 0 0 0 0 is repeated, and on the second die we will repeat the numbers from 0 1 2 3 4 and 5. See this, 0 1 2 3 4 and 5. This is the way we will write the sample space for this. Same way the sample space can be continued further as 1 on the first die. See here, on all the faces I have written 1 and change the number on the second die from 0 1 2 3 4 and 5. Like this, all this can be written, and here also the total number, that is n of s, is equal to 36. Yes, instead of 6 here they have written 0. So like this we are going to change the sample space for a die thrown twice. Then let us go back to the question. Find the probability that the product of the digits on the upper face is 0. Yes, product of the digits on the upper face is 0. You should be smart enough to understand that 0 multiplied by any number is 0. So you have to collect all those numbers where you can see 0 written as product I want. So 0 into 0 is 0, 0 into 1 is 0, 0 into 2 is 0. Same way, all this will be included. Any other numbers left out? Yes, of course, all this which are having 0. Which are those? 1 0, 2 0, 3 0, 4 0 and 5 0. Correct? And the numbers written on the first row. All this will be included. Any other, if you can see, you tell me. Yes, it is not there. Why? Because product of a 0 with any number is 0. Any other possibility, if you take 1 into 1 will become 1. I want the product as 0. So it is not possible, right? So how many in all in this? Let us count it. How to write? Let A be the event that the product of the digits on the upper face is 0. So all the possibilities I have collected here. How many in all? 11. Find the probability. P of A is equal to n of A upon n of S. Total possibilities were 36. So probability will be nothing but 11 upon 36, which cannot be reduced further. So hence we stop here. And the final answer will be the probability that the product of the digits on the upper face is 0 is 11 upon 36. Correct? I hope you understood this. Now with this we come to end of this chapter. Along with all the sums, I have even finished with the problem set sums. Okay, so I want you to write all the sums and practice it at home, and I hope you have understood this chapter. We'll continue in the next session with the next chapter. Thank you.